Hey, welcome back to Crystal's Tarot, or welcome if you're new. Please consider subscribing. This is going to be, I guess, it's really part one, but it's like part two because I guess the video started acting up. So I got off and I started a new video. So I hope this one's better than the other one. The first one, there were a couple messages in there, so you might want to check that out. But I'm going to recap everything. I'm going to try to get everything I got in the first one, but I can't guarantee that. It's not exactly the same as reading a book. When you're reading a book, you can like go back when you need to. I can kind of do that, but like there's messages like as it's coming in, I have to speak it. So I might not remember everything, but I'm going to try my best to get everything out the way that it came in the first part. So for the recap, the mutual energy, you have the Hierophant. This indicates that the masculine and the feminine are both going through learning something on a deeper level as far as what they commit to, how they commit, maybe just learning something on a deeper level as far as spirituality of who they are, the way that they, what they want, how they like, just on a deeper level, right? On like the long-term trajectory of their life. Like for everybody, it's going to be different, but for this, we're going to just sum it up and say that the masculine and feminine are both learning themselves on a higher level. And whatever this is that they're learning, they're hoping to, or it has the potential to heal something, or repair something, or provide them their wish fulfillment in some way, shape, or form, right? The divine feminine, we're going to come back to those energies. That's just the little introduction, whatever. The divine feminine. On her side, she has the World card and the Temperance. So the thing I want to mention, and I hope that this video is better. I hope it's not buffering and stuff. But this, the World card was their mutual energy on the divine masculine's message to the divine feminine. So go check that reading out. But I feel like whatever this change is for the divine feminine, she's opening, she's accepting it open arms. And the Temperance was in this position when it came out. So I feel like whatever is needing to be balanced to cause this change or allow this change, it's uncomfortable for her. Good. Yay. It's uncomfortable for her, but she sees, senses, and feels the necessity. Like she knows that she has to balance within her, and she knows there's not something fully balanced, at least the way she will want it to, potentially her emotions, her environment, in some way, shape, or form. And she's passionate about this too. She's very passionate about having balance within herself and within her environment. And she knows it's necessary for this change. She might be moving. She might be just changing the way that she does things, like her commitments, where just there's things within her that are changing, and there's balance necessary. And I feel like she's willing and open to that balance, that internal balance, but it's uncomfortable at times for her to look and face things. Like when you have difficult experiences in life and having those memories about certain things, it's uncomfortable, right? When you go through things where you have to like restructure things, and there's a lot of moving parts to things, that it could be difficult. So whatever it is for her, the divine feminine, it's something it's difficult for her to fully give her full attention or focus or time to, or whatever it is. It changes. It might change in the moment for her, but she's committed to having this change. She's going through the process right now to heal and learn something deeper, to heal. Like both of these, like the Star card and the Temperance, both of them indicate healing. Temperance, that's healing internally on a spiritual level within yourself. The Star card, that could be like physical healing, like you're sick and now you got better, you got over the flu or something. I can also speak of your wish fulfillment. Like you're balancing something either way. Balance is necessary for this wish fulfillment, right? And some of it's easier than others. Like both of these cards, if you notice, both of them are pouring into something. They're pouring their little cups. They're either pouring it into the next saucer in their next hand, or they're pouring it into the river, the stream, or the water, or the land surface, right? And both of them have one foot in the water and one foot on land. So that indicates that, like, and this is the mutual energy. So the masculine's feeling this too, but the divine feminine has two of these cards. This is the divine feminine energy, but this is a mutual for both of them. So this energy, like the divine feminine, she's really feeling it, right? Where the divine masculine, I feel like he feels a lot more stable, and he's not having to like heavy lift his emotions. And I say heavy lift because emotions can be heavy. Emotions can be like very confusing and messy at times. And I feel like that's how the divine feminine sees it. So it's like, I know I have to address the issue at hand to have some sort of balance and feel full grace and feel this forward movement and actually take this forward movement. But at the same time, it's uncomfortable. So I feel like she does it bit by bit, or she might talk herself into it at times. Okay, and then I don't feel like we're done with her, but we're going to move on from her for now. So, but we might come back to her. The divine masculine, he has the hermit and the magician. But the magician, sorry, I was trying to remember which one came out backwards. So, and I dropped it and it came out in the upright still. So if you go back and look at the first reading, the cards came out like this. Okay, so he felt alone. He felt like with the Hierophant, like this is previously used to be the emperor, and there was like, I believe it was the emperor, and then he had like, there was some sort of like decision, right? Because the emperor owns authority. They make choices that impacts everybody else. So whatever choice was made, it wasn't it caused something where he kind of had to go review his decision and account for his decision, right? Be accountable for his choices. And it's also that solo energy of like, nobody's here to help me through this. I have to do this by myself. I have to find my own lesson. That also the emperor, he learns too. He knows things. He like this journey up the mountain, it was a long struggle for him. And he had to go through those confusing motions too. Those are raging rivers behind him. Well, not little, but they're waterfalls behind him, right? And now he like climbed that big old mountain, and now he's like basically almost like leveled with his emotions, where he can kind of, and your emotions are actually like good power, right? So if you're comfortable in your emotions, you can use that to manifest things. If you're uncomfortable with your emotions, that's going to be very torturous, and what you're creating is not going to be very comfortable. It's not going to be what it could be, right? So there's a need to kind of, he had to go on that internal journey to figure out how to calm his emotions, or at least understand them, or at least be able to be on the same level so that his emotions didn't overcome him. Like there might have been times where he got frustrated and it would just give up, where now he fights through that. There might have been times where it's like fight or flight and overcoming that, like feeling alone, but feeling like you can do it anyway, feeling like nobody's got your back, but you don't need anybody either. Feeling like spirit doesn't have your, like spirit doesn't care, spirit's not there, to like realizing, yes, I couldn't have done this without spirit, and like spirit's my intuition. There's some sort of like awareness, and I feel like that like solidifies something within him, like that whole journey of learning something and growing and developing and processing the struggles, the decisions, the consequences of the decisions, good or bad. Like I feel like he evaluated on all levels, right? Just as the divine feminine did. I feel like both of them, they're like heavily evaluating their prior choices, right? And what lessons can I learn from that? And him, so then we have finally the magician. We were able to see like what energy is he like hiding from, what he's not confident that he can create something, right? I'm not picking it up so much as I was in that first reading as much, but there's something in regards to like what he's trying to manifest and it being out of reach, out of sight, out of touch, and like feeling like you like you want something that you can't have and just feeling like you're kind of cursed in a way. But then there's like this coming around and realizing like the benefit in the struggle, the glory in the struggle, the like you can create something, you do have the ability to manifest. There's something where the divine masculine was able to like turn this energy around to feeling like alone, feeling like it's not going to work out, it's not going to come through, into I do have the power to create. Feeling alone into like I don't need anybody, I can do it myself. I'm not picking up the like as much in the first as I was in the first, but either way, like both of them are on a higher level of learning right now. Like this is a spiritual lesson they're both going through right now, and I feel like the divine masculine is getting a lesson in confidence, in his ability to create and manifest things, even if he has to do it himself when he had hoped he had assistance or support or something. And the divine feminine is learning that she has the ability to balance herself and her environment and heal. Like she's responsible for healing herself. Maybe that's a harsh lesson for both of them, right? Because he realizes he has to do it on himself. Like what you want to create, you have to create. And she's realizing like nobody's going to help me through this but myself. Nobody can help me through this but myself. I'm responsible for my forward movement and my healing. And both of them are feeling like this independent energy. And I feel like they're looking at it from a different perspective, as the once they used to look at it and feel like it's not fair and like how come. Now they're seeing it as like, okay, like I can do something from this. I am strong because of this. I feel like they're using that weakness that they used to see as a weakness. They're realizing that the strength behind it. It's like basically if you were to be like this martial artist, right? You're to be this martial artist and you're to go into this area and you could whoop everybody that's in there, and somebody starts ish with you, and you could, if you wanted to, you could, but you have that internal balance within you to be like, no, like that's not necessary. So somehow you find a way to like calm the situation or dissipate the situation. And so everybody might see you as like, oh, they're just like, they're scared or whatever. But in fact, you could have whooped them all and you were actually the bigger person. I don't know. I don't feel like that's like the greatest analogy, but there's something of like, something that you once saw is not good. You're seeing it as more like it was a benefit towards you, right? So that's not a good analogy. But it kind of does play into part two though, because like there's things that you have to deal with on your own. Like nobody's gonna come and be what you need them to be. You have to like find that internal balance within yourself to be what you need to be on your own for yourself. And both of them learned that lesson. Both of them had those experiences, those harsh realities. And they're both like healing. They're both like heading in towards their wish fulfillment. I don't know, maybe they want a new job or they want a new house or they want something that they just want to be happy. They just want to be happy. And there's some sort of energy where they're like approaching that because they've balanced within themselves, because they've gotten clarity within themselves, because he's realized his power, she's realized her power. I guess that's both what they're both realizing too. There is a lot of similarities into what they're going through. I felt like they both felt like alone at a period of time. They both felt like they were restricted in what they were trying to create and manifest, and what they were capable and able to do, what they were able to know and learn and communicate for some of you. but there's this realization of like you get to be the creator of your environment. Like the divine feminine, she's realizing the more she balances internally, the better her environment gets. Like she's the controller and creator of her environment. And she's that there's something she wants to move forward towards, but she knows that there's still a little bit more healing to have it be successful, to have it be wish fulfillment the way she wants. The divine masculine, he's gaining his confidence in how he creates something, on like his creation process and his creation abilities. There's something of like feeling like you have to do something alone and thinking you can't, and to realizing like nobody could do it but you. Or like maybe nobody could do it but spirit. They're like both of them are learning to like trust in spirit and have faith. Neither of them really have the ability to control whatever is going on right now at a soul level, at a deep level, which obviously none of us do. But I felt like both of them, they're just like relaxing into the experience of learning whatever it is that they're learning. I feel like they're not trying to be they're not being resistant of whatever is being thrown at them right now. There's some sort of like enlightenment or intuition involved in this healing, involved in this like wish fulfillment. All right, let's go on to the next. Divine feminine. I'm sorry, guys. I don't feel like I did that as well when it first came out, but I felt like there was a lot of, that's how come I like to do these readings live, because it's energy, right? And I like to read it and keep it moving. I feel like when there's interruptions, there's like, I don't know, there's like gaps in the energy. But let's see, divine feminine to the divine masculine, divine feminine to divine masculine, divine feminine to the divine masculine. Feminine, masculine. We're going to look at this. We're not going to take it. We're going to have the Two of Cups. So there's something about a commitment or some sort of like intimate commitment, like this. The Two of Cups, to me, it always represents like seeing each other like in your true self, right? Like not judging somebody, like genuinely loving somebody for who they are, and not expecting them to be different than who they are, and genuinely loving the person for who you see, how, like, regardless of what you see, like just seeing them for them instead of who you think they could be, and loving the person you see. I feel like there's something about, I feel like each person, because this can also be about yourself as well, right? This can be an energy that you either put into yourself or need to put into yourself. It's not always an outside party. And both people might be realizing that, right? Both the masculine and feminine might be realizing that they have to be honest and true to themselves, and like allow their, regardless of if people in their environment agree, regardless of if their neighbor agrees, like if their kids, whoever it is, like there's this sense about like being honest with yourself, being vulnerable, but like not running and hiding, like not like showing your whole self to somebody and not caring about their response, not caring about their reaction, and like feeling that comfortable to do that. But I feel like these guys are doing it with themselves. They're like where they didn't used to feel comfortable with their emotions, especially the divine feminine, and having temperance out here like that. I feel like she wasn't comfortable with her emotions. Now she's finding a way to look at her emotions and notice them and not run from them, right? It's like, okay, I can deal with that. I can notice that and not be panicked, not be triggered so bad by it. I feel like she's falling in love with herself. I feel like both the masculine and feminine are noticing things about themselves that they're proud and grateful for. Okay. I'm not going to take that. I missed it anyways. I'll see if another pre-message comes out. I'll take it. All right. Divine feminine to the divine masculine. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, please. Thank you. Divine feminine to the divine masculine. All right, this will be our last shuffle. You have a pre-message of the Six of Pentacles, King of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. So again, these were cards that came out on the divine masculine's message to the divine feminine. I'm pretty sure all three of these did. So this speaks about having some sort of balance on how you proceed, right? Like things being fair, things being aligned, in alignment on when you act out of emotion, when you act out of your inspiration. To say and communicate something or to start something. So the divine feminine and or masculine, they might both be like having having balance internally in order to grow something, right? You see that little thing down there? They're trying to grow and nurture something, trying to manifest, create something. For some of you, I feel like there's some energy of like trying to like invest money or put money towards a car, a house, something in your environment, saving up towards something. For some of you, there's a message that you need to be saving up towards something, so take it as it resonates. But there's this energy of like having to have balance in regards to what you're guarded against and who you're guarded against. Like being willing to let somebody in, the way that you communicate with them. Being defensive about something. Healing and growing something that you thought was impossible. Or in a way that you thought was impossible. There's some sort of action. I feel like for some of you, I don't know if you're going to get back together. Like if you are the divine masculine and feminine in separation, I don't know if you're going to get together. If you're a divine feminine who has not yet been with your masculine or vice versa, I feel like you guys are going to be connecting. Take it as it resonates. There's something that comes in very small, very immature, very little, and it quickly grows and manifests. It goes from being a little baby to being an adult. I don't know if you guys said there used to be a long time ago. I was a kid when the show was out, but Nickelodeon, I think. It was this, and I forget his name. That comedian. There was this show where like I think it was an alien or something, and it would like age in reverse. And it's that kind of energy, like something for some of you, you're like when you have new opportunities where it might used to go fast, it's going to be going slow. For some of you, there's going to be a new opportunity that starts and it comes in, and it's going to be like very immature. And then like within the blink of an eye, within a short period of time, it's going to be very mature, very adult, very committed. There's something, King of Swords. There's something in regards to you standing on your own or having your own confidence. And before you can achieve that, you need to speak your truth and have some sort of balance about something internal. It might be like a relationship. It might be like a disappointment that you've suffered through. There's some sort of like emotional truth that you have to realize. And I feel like once you do that and balance comes in, there's going to be something that grows for you. Some of you might be gaining some sort of wealth or something. You have the Tower card here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like something is going to be very quick and unexpected for you. Something's going to come in that you're not expecting. It might be communication. or some sort of information for some of you. Thank you. That's my goal, guys. Life is always difficult. I always want you guys to know how awesome and great you are. And I try to give you the messages that Spirit gives. I feel like, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. You're never going to see me. I'm never going to be one of those readers who pick the cards. Never, 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 never. I feel like my energy is not, like, I don't want to read my energy to you. I want to see what Spirit wants to say. That's how come I shuffle and I do the way that I do it. It takes a little bit of time sometimes, so I appreciate your patience. But I feel like the messages that are meant to come out that way. And I never want to be the person picking it. But let's see what else. The divine feminine to the divine masculine. Divine feminine. And life is always about progression, in my opinion. So we should always be trying to do better and get better. Have better. Experience better. Live better. Feel better. Supposed to get better. Do better. All right. This is going to be our last shuffle. Divine feminine to divine masculine. Divine feminine to divine masculine. Okay. So I don't know what we're talking about, but it's a little bit iffy already. I'm going to tell you right now. The reason why I say it's iffy, because she has the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So I don't know if the divine feminine is refusing to look at something, but I feel like we would get the Two of Swords in that case. But maybe Spirit's trying to say that with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So we'll see what else comes out. But I'm a little suspicious right now. Not going to lie. All right. She has the Queen of Wands, trying to have confidence, trying to feel sexy, trying to get back on her horse, feeling like Stella got her groove back, right? Then the Queen of Cups, trying to use her intuition, trying to self-love, self-soothe. Okay, this is like feeling herself, basically. Like she's proud of where she's at. She's proud of what she's learned. She's proud of who she is. She's trying to use her intuition to manifest. I keep getting manifestation energy. And then you have the Hierophant, which was the bottom of the deck up here. The bottom, again, guys, I'm going to explain this again because I know this is kind of new for some of you guys. How I do these energies is I pull out the one energy first, and then I'll pull out the other energy. And the bottom of the deck is their mutual energy. So I'm never going to know what that is until I pull both sides energy, right? But this Hierophant was the bottom of the deck in the energy that we just left from. That's all major arcana only. That was our first introduction deck. That's like their higher lessons that they're learning. So I feel like this is like really hitting home for her. Again, the fact like that message is coming back out again. So whatever this is that she's learning on a higher level, this committing to yourself, having internal balance, making decisions, making choices, and committing to those choices, maybe deciding where she's going to move, committing to herself, having internal balance, and having that in her future, in her environment. Like basically she's getting that internal balance, and what you think about are like as it is inside, so it is so outside, right? Like the internal is reflected on the external. So she's like very well aware of that she needs to heal herself. She needs to be proud and confident in herself in order to feel stable and nurtured, in order to like manifest these energies, to really use these energies to her full benefit. She's aware that she has to like feel proud of herself and feel confident in that. And to also use her intuition, use her like to love herself and be kind to herself as well, to be compassionate towards herself as well. She's learning these things. But there's some sort of like lack of truth, lack of communication that's a wrench for her right now. A wrench in her, whatever it's called. A monkey wrench, right? I don't know. I always say a wrench, and because I refer to that as like those little, like when things are going and somebody throws a wrench in it and it just jams, like somebody jammed up her stuff. Something within her. Okay, we're gonna see what these are because this is energy as well, that she kind of wants to put out there, but she's not fully confident, or we'll see. But whatever this is, like she's doubting it at the same time. Like I feel like she's kind of had those experiences of like, even though she's trying to be confident in whatever she's doing or where she's going, she's also having this like, I don't know if I can really have that confidence because it didn't work out before. People didn't tell me that before. Maybe, I don't know. She just haven't had those experiences, right? But she's trying to have like blind faith to move forward. She's trying to like love herself through it and tell herself she can, but she's doubting it at the same time. She's a little bit hesitant, right? She's trying to be confident. Yes, you can. I know you can. Yes, you can do anything. You can do anything you set your mind to. I have an intuition. It works perfectly and I'm going to use it. I love myself. I'm a good person. I deserve good things. I've learned so much. I can do anything. I know how to do this, but maybe I can't. Maybe it's not true. Maybe it's not going to work out the way that I expected. Maybe it's not. Maybe, right? It's like power. I believe, and maybe not. Maybe it's not going to work. So let's see what else. So there's something she needs to be defensive about that she was defensive about, but her defenses are kind of coming down. And that could be like how she engages with other people. It could be how she talks to herself. Like for everybody, it's different. But there's something that she's doubting herself because she kind of lost some resistance to something she should have maintained resistance on potentially. Or she didn't defend herself in regards to something that she should have. Ace of Swords. She's lost passion in regards to something. 8 of Swords in the upright. But she's stuck in her thoughts. And Temperance. So the Temperance came out again. So she's really like, okay, hold on. My head hurts. This balance that she's going through, it's hard. It's heavy. It's like if you were to be in the ocean and 1 minute there's no tide and everything's good, and the next you're facing like a 20-foot wave. It's like, but you're up for the fight. So you get knocked down and then like, okay, like you come back up and you catch your breath and you stand there and like you try to get your footing. She's doing that like on an emotional level, like in regards to her confidence, in regards to her self-care, in regards to this internal balance, right? Like 1 minute I know I can do this. Nothing's going to stop me. It's going to work out. I know too much not to learn this. I know she's very confident in herself 1 moment, right? She's gone through the struggle. She's had the experiences. That's why she knows this on a deep level. She knows this, but she doubts it because there were times that she didn't defend herself from people, places, and things that she could have, right? So she's taken a hit to her confidence. And then that gets her stuck in her head, stuck in her thoughts, stuck in like, is it possible? Could I, should I? And then I got to have balance. I have to have balance. There's going to be balance no matter what. Like there's this like repetitive energy of like feeling confident to feeling like you can't. I'm being reminded of the masculine's energy, right? So he might be able to help her with this because he's gone through this, right? That's where he might, hold on. I don't know if that's in his past or he's currently going through that. I don't know if she's currently going through this or going to be approaching this. But either way, they can relate to each other, right? So they can talk about it. I feel like they can motivate each other if they were to finally actually talk or have whatever conversation. Okay. I think we're done on her side right now. I think that Temperance card, the reason why I wasn't sure, let's look at this, the Tower. So something like this balance for her, it catches her off guard. It catches her unexpectedly. I feel like there's things that get thrown at her. They'd be like, did you like, let's say she's somebody who gets like nervous real quick, right? I feel like life is going to be throwing her a lot of things that makes her nervous and uncomfortable until she like calms down and just like, oh, whatever. Like there's something about having to face that energy, as uncomfortable you are, until you're comfortable. Like it's not scary. Like you could be scared that there's a monster under your bed, but once you get up and you look under your bed, there's no monster under there. It's probably shoes. Like your thoughts are the biggest, scariest thing than the actual reality, right? I feel like he's learned that, and she's going to, or is like, he's at the end of learning that, and she's at the beginning part kind of learning that. All right. On his side, and he's stuck in his head, I feel like he had that card on his thing. Okay, mutual energy is the Page of Swords. Conversation, communication, thought, clarity, truth. Sorry, hold on. Hold on. So I first want to look at the energy that he's willing to acknowledge first. So I'm going to move the cards around. First card that he's willing to acknowledge, you have the Six of Swords. So he's willing to acknowledge the fact that he needs to move out of doubting himself. He needs to have confidence in himself. He needs to not argue with other people. He needs to trust his intuition and move in that direction. So she's realizing, or maybe he's going to be talking about how she's had these experiences, right? She might be sharing her experiences with other people and helping them learn or grow or do something. There's some sort of balance that comes in for her, especially once she realizes something. Justice. So he's realizing something wasn't fair. He might be realizing that he needs to, or how to fix it. He might be speaking how something wasn't fair, because the Swords energy, it's communicating something or thinking. It's your thoughts or communicating something. So for some of you, this is like they're just going to be thinking about this. For some of you, you're going to be actually communicating this either to your person or to somebody. Okay. And then what he's having it difficult, let's see. Seven of Cups. So he has a lot of opportunities, but there's a lot of possibilities to do things. And I feel like he's not noticing either. He might have a hard time making the decision. He might not be noticing all the potential, all the opportunities around him. For some of you, take it as it resonates. For some of you, the divine masculine is going to be approached with opportunity. Somebody has an interest in him. And I feel like he's going to communicate or be clear that he's not interested. He has his eyes over there instead of like what's going on where he's at. Somebody is distracted. With this being in his energy, he might be distracted while he's at work, while he's doing things. And with the Page of Swords, like, I'm getting the divine masculine might be distracted while he's at work, and somebody comes and like tells him, hey, excuse me, I need your focus, I need your attention. And he's like, I can't believe, like, not wanting to notice that. I feel like there's something he's thinking about that he's not wanting to be thinking about, potentially, for some of you. But he can't help but think about it. Then the Three of Pentacles. So there's an opportunity that he's not seeing fully. He's not noticing something. Eight of Wands in the reverse. So the divine masculine might want to say something, or might be led to say something, but he doesn't want to. Or like he's drawn to say something, but doesn't know how to. There's some sort of energy where he is like, he's trying to be confident in himself and be kinder in his approach, kinder in his thought process to himself. He's trying to, like, I feel like the way that he does things, the way he approaches things, he wants it to be fair. He doesn't want somebody to be caught off guard. There's like an offer, there's an approach or an offer here to do something together, but there's like a lack of communicating it. But and so he's thinking about it, right? With this being the sword energy, and him having the Eight of Wands, but in the reverse, he's thinking about having this communication, but he's not doing it. He's not going to do it. Okay, let's go on to the next. I don't know why all that was irrelevant. To be honest with you, I'm more excited to get to this bottom row right here. And I think I am going to pull out that other deck. We'll see how I feel when we get there. Because she didn't have nothing to say. She had everything to say and then nothing. So I want to see, like, what was that about? I want to know what is that? All right. We're going to look at it, but we're not going to keep it. We have align, creating, beginning, prosperity, and restless energy. So I felt like the divine masculine and feminine, like we said earlier, I feel like this message come out multiple times. Both of them are working on balancing and healing internally, speaking and living their truth, doing what's right for them, being able to be comfortable with themselves, noticing their truth and living it out and being comfortable with it, right? Being comfortable with yourself and being comfortable to express it, no matter if other people agree with it or approve of it or condone it or whatever. Like feeling yourself, feeling confident and stable within yourself to be yourself. And that's necessary because they're trying to create and manifest something. There's something that's being created here. I feel like it's like somebody wants something that at a soul level, it speaks to them. It calls to them. It makes them happy. It's something they're inspired to. And I feel like there's like unknown energy, but they want to know more about this. So they want to go towards this. There's something trying to be created and manifested. But before that can be done, alignment internally has to be done. Some sort of balance. There's a lot of balance necessary, right? We got the Temperance. We got the Six of Pentacles. We got the Temperance several times. We got the Star card. Balance is necessary, but the feminine side gets a lot of that energy. So I feel like I'm not going to say just her, because like I feel like it's a human thing. We're all balancing internally day to day. But I felt like balance internally, emotionally for her, mentally, is very it's very big for her right now. It's very it's important, or it's necessary. It carries a lot of weight right now. Balance is important for her. because she's trying to create and manifest something. She's trying to start something, manifest and create. This could be him too. This is just a pre-message. We haven't pulled either of their messages yet, or for either of their energies yet. So I feel like both of them, either of them, take it as it resonates. Somebody's trying to create something, but alignment is necessary in order to do that. And alignment is necessary in order to fully use your intuition to know what steps to take forward in order to create that. And prosperity and restless energy. Somebody is trying to create. I'm just getting that manifestation energy like crazy. I'm getting somebody's trying to manifest and create something, but balance is necessary. Internal balance is necessary. Somebody wants something really, really bad. Somebody's been trying to release something, but they can't let something go. There's something that you're very I don't know how to say this. There's something that you want to manifest and create that you're very passionate about, but it's very protected. Like you're very protective about that energy too. You're very nervous and it's delicate. It's like you're scared to touch it because you don't want to break it, but you have to touch it for it to like fully be manifested. You might be having a lot of anxiety right now of what you're trying to create and manifest. For some of you, you might be pregnant. If you are pregnant, you might be having like, for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, you might be having like you have to be monitored or something because like your heart rate or something, there's like a lot of anxiety or anxious energy in what you're currently, okay. That's why you have to like calm your thoughts, right? Because like when you're trying to create something and manifest something, it's better when it's just calm and relaxed and you go with the flow. If you're all worked up and anxious and excited and you're like, I need to do this and this and this and this, and it'll be perfect with this and this and you're just like, calm down, relax, go with the flow. When you're panicked and you're like anxious and trying to create and manifest something, like this kind of energy, like it's like when you're going on a road trip and you like when you're calm and you think about what you're going to need each day and each place you're going to be at and what you're going to need, you can make sure you bring everything because you were calm and rational when you thought and planned and strategically thought things out. But when you're anxious, you're like, oh my God, I'm going on this road trip. I can't wait to be at the beach. And you just leave. You're probably going to have your swimming suit. You're probably not going to have a towel. You're probably not going to have your clothes you're going to need. You're not going to have everything you need, right? So you have to settle your energy. You have to calm down and relax and breathe and relax. More than anything, relax and allow yourself to like feel what it is that you're feeling, but be in the moment. Don't feel panic. Don't feel rushed. Breathe, relax. You need to be prepared for something. You're trying to create and manifest something. And that energy doesn't come when it's like anxious and it's like chaotic. Like relax, just calm down. The divine feminine, I felt like she had like she might have this energy like I have to heal, I have to hurry and get through this, but that's not possible. Like you heal when it's right. You heal as it's supposed to be. Everything's in divine timing, especially healing, right? Whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever it is for you, you can't rush it along. That's not how it really gets healed. When you're baking a cake or a pie or whatever, you can't like go put it in the oven like 500 degrees and it'll be ready in 2 minutes. That's not how it works. Give things the time that they're entitled to and feel calm and relaxed in the process. You'll get there when you're supposed to get there. Don't panic yourself through it. Like calm down and relax. Breathe. It's going to be okay. Bottom of the deck, propagating energy. So again, I felt like there's something whether it's the divine, I feel like it's both divine masculine and feminine. Like people have told you what you're capable of or what's possible and what's not, and put you in a box. But you're not in a box. You don't live in a box. Like you are unique. There's nobody on the planet that has ever existed like you. You're the only you that has ever been on this planet before now and ever will be after. There's none that ever exist like you. Some might have the same color hair, the same eyes. Nobody has the same energy as you. Nobody has all of the same features of you. Nobody is you, only you. And there's never going to be nobody like you again. So whatever somebody told you, that might have been true for them. That doesn't make it true for you. I feel like that's important for this balance this balance that this divine feminine and masculine is going on. It's important to know that like what other people spoke over you is not your truth. Like that's just their opinion. It's not your truth. Your box is what you make your box. If you don't think you can, you're right. If you think you can, you're right. Whatever you believe for yourself, you're right. Guidance. Follow your intuition. I can't say that enough times, I swear. There's something like you might be needing guidance or wanting guidance in something. Then we have self-reward. This guidance that you're needing, follow your intuition. If you are needing guidance, it's going to come to you in the way that you're needing it when you're open to it. Like ask spirit and then be open to receiving it. Self-reward, like just be proud of yourself, right? Whatever position you're in right now, whatever you're going through, like life is kind of difficult. Not kind of, like some days are easier than others, right? But it's not, nobody ever gets out of this and it's easy and it was just chill and I really enjoyed it and da-da-da. It's learning curves. It's builder, character development. It's all of the fun stuff, right? And I felt like you need to appreciate how much you've endured, how far you've overcome, how much you've grown, how far you've grown and how much you've overcome. So I said that wrong. But there's an energy of like really being able to look at how much you've invested, how much time you've invested, like what you struggled through, not to feel the pain from it again, but to see how much you're like, how strong you are. How resilient you are. Like you're freaking amazing. And I don't know that you always give yourself the full credit that you should. So I'm just here to remind you to do that. It's important. Okay. Divine feminine to the divine masculine. Divine masculine. Divine feminine to the divine masculine. Divine feminine to the divine masculine. Divine feminine. Okay, that was our last shuffle, I guess. Divine feminine. Okay. First card out that is face up, the only card face up, fell and hit the floor, but it also stayed in the upright. And for me personally, Oracle, I never read it in the reverse, but I do notice the energy if it's in the reverse and I address it, if that makes sense. But it came up in the upright still. So it's rest after delivery, rest after labor. So it's been a lot that she's been like pushing through, right? I felt like this learning, this growing, it's not been easy. But there is going to be a prize at the end of it, that it is going to be worth the journey, worth all the stuff she's had to endure. There's going to be like great fulfillment and great growth out of the other end of this. She might not be seeing that yet, though. She didn't get much out here. She got 3 cards and only one of them she's willing to acknowledge right now. Growth. So she's aware that she's growing and healing right now, but I don't feel like she's aware how much she's grown. I don't feel like she's aware of her full power yet. I don't feel like she's aware of how grounded she is. She might feel like things are crazy and chaotic, but she's really stable, even if she doesn't feel like it, even when things are crazy and chaotic. I feel like hold on, before we do that. I feel like the divine feminine, like she pushes herself really hard. Like it's never enough, right? I feel like other people had high expectations of her at some point, and now she has high expectations of herself. And that might be something like she's trying to realize and balance out as well. Okay. Sorry, I haven't been going over the numbers this whole time, so I'm not gonna now. But then we have creating. So she's manifesting, like I'm telling you, I kept getting that manifestation energy for her, and now she has that creating card. But whatever this is that she's creating, she's aware that her foundation, like everything that's gone into her, to building and growing her, like solidifying her, strengthening her and her character, is what's creating whatever she's manifesting, whatever she's trying to, or it's like promoting that energy, it's complementing that energy. Whatever this was, like, it's a lot, actually, a lot of experiences, a lot of sadness, a lot of laughter, a lot of happy, good times, a lot of all of the combination, right? Everything that makes us strong and weak, everything, right? She's looking at that now and finding some sort of strength and confidence to create and build something that she sees as being, I feel like it's something that she sees as being wonderful and magical for some, but it's something that she's not sure if it will be received or how it will be received. For some of you, like this new adventure, like this moving and starting her world, she's excited and she feels stable within herself, but she's nervous to see, like, how is it going to play out? Like, did she learn her lessons? How do I put all my lessons into action, and what does it look like? I feel like she's very excited about her future, but she's kind of nervous about it. She's hopeful, but nervous. She's anxious, but motivated and inspired and intrigued. I feel like she feels a lot of things about this new movement that she's going into. She's conscious that she's creating and manifesting right now. She's tired too, though. She's tired and she's ready to rest. But she's pushing herself through it. I don't know what she's pushing through, but she's pushing through something. I think we're done with her side, but I feel like she kind of left a gap right here. I feel like she kind of left something open-ended. Or maybe she's just aware that she's healing. She's healed. She is healing. She needs to, like, take some time for herself. She's stronger than what she used to be. And she needs to focus on what she's creating. Maybe it's just as simple as that. But I feel like there's more underlying energy. For some of you, it's like if like, I feel like you minimize yourself. If you're the divine feminine, you might minimize yourself a lot. Even still, even though you've learned your power, even though you're in the process of learning your power, I feel like you minimize yourself and your contributions. I feel like that's something you need to, like, kind of evaluate, or you will be evaluating. Okay, let's go to the divine masculine. We only got one card for him, and it was hard for him to notice, but I'm going to pull more too, but we're going to look at this. So we have appreciate. So I feel like it's hard for him to appreciate himself. There's something, or like a challenge that he's endured. It's hard for him to appreciate it, or really see the value in it. This is hard for him, all of that. Prophecy. Prophecy. Okay. Prophecy gave him appreciate, propagating energy, communicate with the dead. And all of those were in the reverse for him. Or it's not in the reverse, sorry, backwards. So prophecy, appreciate. he might have known that there was something that, like, even though it's hard right now, I'm going to appreciate it later. And I feel like it's still hard for him to appreciate it. Like, he might have went through a hard lesson in life, and he knew at some point he was going to learn the lesson and be grateful for the lesson. But I feel like he's still going through the lesson and he's not yet appreciating it yet. The divine masculine might also be intuitive. There's prophecy and communicate with the dead. So him or somebody in his environment has spiritual gifts where either they communicate with spirits, or they might receive like messages from people who have passed on, transitioned. He might be intuitive on his own. He might have his own spiritual gifts. Or the divine masculine has been seeing a lot of what are they called? Like tarot readers, psychics. I don't know why I was going to say psychiatrists. For some of you, the divine masculine might have been going to counseling, or maybe you need to. Divine feminine, masculine, take it as it resonates. I think counseling could be very helpful. I think you can learn a lot about yourself and about like tools. Counseling could be good. So take that as that resonates. If some of you are feeling or questioning that you should have been going to counseling, or you thought about going and getting counseling, but you haven't yet, take this as your confirmation. You should start looking into it. And then prophecy, propagating energy. So he might have potentially knew that somebody was trying to like do something behind the scenes or say something about him that was false. I'm really confused, to be honest with you. I'm confused about both of their energies on how we end this section of it. I feel like both of them kind of like reveal a little bit, but they kind of not enough. I feel like they keep a lot to themselves. I feel like they don't, like, they use their intuition and they keep it to themselves. Like, she's busy trying to grow and create something and rest and heal. He's got a lot going on. He's using in his intuition. I feel like there's things there where, like, I don't know. There's something he's appreciating in regards to like getting some sort of foresight. There's something that okay, for some of you, something that for some of him, the masculine, divine masculine, something that you saw as being dead and not being possible or not being able to move forward, you're now seeing as able to start again, like growing into something. Propagating energy. You knew somebody was saying something about you. The divine masculine might have had people saying things behind his back about him, and he sensed that. I feel like if that's true for you, if that resonates with you, you're going to receive some sort of confirmation coming up to clarify that you're correct. All right, let's go ahead and move into this. Divine feminine to the divine masculine. Divine feminine, divine masculine. This will be our last shuffle. Sorry, just kidding. One more. Thank you. Divine feminine. Divine feminine. Not again. Divine feminine. Okay. This is going to be a little interesting. So this is how hers looks. Sorry, my light. I don't know. So she has the Wheel, the Three of Pentacles, the Temperance. So she has the Temperance for 1, 2, 3 decks. This deck is an oracle deck. It's not a tarot deck. We use 3 tarot decks, and all 3 tarot decks, she got the Temperance card. Just want to say that real quick. And then the 3, what is it? The 3. Hold on. I think it's the Empress. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, the World card. And she had the World card up here too. And the Page of Wands, the King of Wands, the Tower, the 3 of Cups, the Star card, the 6 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. So for her, there's some sort of like this change that she's going through. It's life and it's night and day for her. Like right now, it's basically like issues. Like she started her mission at nighttime, and then like she continues all through the night. The sun is going to come up, but the sun is going to be different than it's ever been before, and it's never going to be the same as it used to be. Like this change that she comes into because she worked on herself, because she like, I don't know. There's some sort of like change coming in, some sort of prosperity and abundance coming in for her in regards to who she works with, because she gained balance. Okay, so maybe reading it like that, she's going to have like the connections that come in for her are going to be healthy going forward because she heals. Like there's going to be like a great, how do you say? There's going to be wealth involved in regards to who she works with because she healed. She's no longer going to be left and abandoned, rejected. I feel like she's going to know within herself, like her intuition is going to tell her they're not interested in something serious. She's going to start following her intuition. That's going to lead her into connections that have the same interests as what she has. They're going to be long-term connections. Like investing in this person or this energy or whatever this is for her going forward, when she has this balance, it's going to be the right, how do you say? Like she's going to be making solid commitments going forward. She's no longer going to be committing to ghosts or committing to walls. Like it's going to be like real people, places, and things in her environment. There's solid things that she's going to be committing to, and they're going to commit to. Where her relationships used to be not very healthy, not very, they didn't reciprocate. I feel like she's going into the opposite of that now. I feel like she's healed. She's gained clarity. It's a new cycle starting for her because she's balanced. I feel like she still has to fight through those thoughts of when people were deceptive, somebody got away, something didn't work out the way it should have. But she knows she's stable. She knows like within her, she's struggled and she's learned a lot. She's stable. She commits to herself, even though all the confusion, all the difficult things of the past. I feel like she knows that she's different. So what she goes into in the future has to be different. And the things where people used to be deceptive, that's in her past. I felt like they're like whoever was deceptive for her, even though it was a harsh lesson, like it was a difficult lesson for her, I feel like it gave her strength ultimately. It helped her to know like what to invest in and what not to. She learned a lot. it gave her like internal strength. It gave her a lot more strength than what she had before. Whenever this was there, like this growth, there's like she went from like like being immature to being more mature in her behavior, and I felt like it was kind of unexpected for her, very sudden. Maybe the approach or the way she approaches things, it like catches her off guard sometimes. Like things where she might have been immature in her behavior or her response before, she's more mature and more patient, more steady with it. Unless I feel like there's like times where like when she needs to like lash out, she does. But I feel like she's proud of herself. Like she's more confident and more mature in her behavior. And that catches her off guard at times. She's surprised by all the healing that she's like experienced, all the healing that she's gone through, and how much balance it's brought. She's impressed with herself by how much she's gone through and the clarity that she has on her balance and her healing right now. There's something that she might have wanted in the past that she's like settled within that energy. It's like things didn't happen for a reason. Things work out the way that they're supposed to. And she might have questioned that energy before, but she's settled within something. So I just noticed right here on this card is kind of like leaning to the side. So underneath prophecy, you have dream work. So for whoever this is for, I feel like you get a lot of downloads in your dreams. It's important that you write those down, because when you have dreams, sometimes they tell you things. And I don't feel like you always remember them. So like right when you have them, when they're fresh in your mind, write them down so that you can get some sort of insight from that. There's something about reflecting on how you can create what you're wanting to manifest. Like the energy you put into what you're trying to manifest. Yeah. I feel like this healing within her, I feel like she's starting to be open towards like stepping out or like experiencing life, trying something new, doing something. She's open. She's starting to be more open instead of like always doubting, always being resistant, always fearing the worst. All right. It looks like the divine feminine has definitely gone through a lot of healing. She's starting to be more optimistic. All right. We have the death card. Something has ended or is ending. Something's changing. Transitioning. We're just going to look at it. I'm going to put it back. Maybe all the crap, right? All the deceit, all the other people's intentions, all the commitment to that is ending. I feel like the divine feminine is starting to like realize her truth and stand in her truth, live her truth. I feel like it's been like, she might have been a people pleaser for a long time, and it might have been awkward to make that change of learning herself and speaking for herself, but I felt like she's getting more comfortable with doing that. Like she's on a forward trajectory and there's no going back for her. She's happy. She's happy. She's learned, like, as uncomfortable it is to have these memories or go through these healing adventures, she's up for the challenge. She has the Temperance card on 3 decks that we use tarot for. I feel like she chases the potential for healing down. Like she wants to understand, how does she make things better? She doesn't want to be a victim. She doesn't want to be trapped in her thoughts. And that might have been how come on the Divine Masculine's message, like she just ran out of things to say, right? Like she tried and tried and tried until she ran out of things to say. I feel like it's like she's realizing her value now, and she doesn't just place it anywhere. I like that for her. All right, divine masculines. Sorry, divine feminine to divine masculine. I don't know why I started shuffling these, but that's what I did. Okay. Sorry, I'm also going to do it one more time. What is response? Divine masculine. Divine masculine. Maybe he just doesn't. Okay, he's got one card, but I'm going to try and see if I can get more. He's got the King of Cups. So his is pretty quick and simple, right? I'm sorry, and I'm trying to do better. Okay, and the Death card actually came out for him too. The Full card and the Eight of Swords. So he's sorry. He's trying to do better. He knows that something ended, but he's trying to bring healing and balance towards that. So now he has the Temperance card. Or no, he doesn't have Temperance. He has the Full card. I don't know why I was getting that for a second. But whatever this, like something had ended and he's trying to bring balance and healing, a new opportunity, right? Like something ended and you start something new. And he's stuck in his head about it. He's stuck in his thoughts. I feel like he's motivated and encouraged to do something, to fix something in regards to something that's broken or damaged or something. He's sorry and he's trying to do something about it. The mutual energy indicates like having a truth, realizing what was fair and what wasn't, moving forward towards what you're inspired to, following your intuition, being patient, trying to make a decision in something, feeling rejected and abandoned, and realizing what was fair and what wasn't fair. Okay, I didn't do this for him, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on her. I actually wanted to use a different deck before, and I didn't. I'm not gonna use it. Or the same. These are gonna be our final messages for the divine feminine to the divine masculine. Take this as this resonates. I'm just gonna see what comes out. This could be on his side or her side or both or neither. Who knows? We'll see. All right, this will be our last shuffle, I think. Yeah. All right, what else for this connection? Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. So somebody, her, him, them, both of them, somebody's stuck in their thoughts. They're not sleeping very well. You have the Fool card and the Five of Pentacles. So somebody's stuck in their thoughts because they want to extend an offer to somebody who was neglected and abandoned. Okay, that has been the reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to get back on here in a little bit and do one of the readings for maybe a sign or maybe just a general reading. We'll see. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and light. Be kind to yourself and to others. Bye.